Okay, keep going down. We know her.
She's wild. Like
She's a what? She's a
listening
fun,
to
wild
her talking. There's Sam
this guy.
Yeah, he's not. No, there's Gary Wang. He's in trouble. There's William MacAskill.
Okay.
Wait a minute. William MacAskill. Mentor
mentor?
of Sam Bankman-Fried. Wait, scroll back down again. What does it say? Philosophy professor at Oxford, chief architect of effective altruism. Didn't we have him on the podcast?
Did you have him on the podcast? Are you involved in this?
Hold on a second.
Yes, Joe Rogan, on a recent episode of The Tim Dillon Show, even though they were in Joe's studio, explains his accidental involvement with the FTX collapse. Now, this was a great podcast, almost 2 hours long, and while I'll link the full episode down below, I do want to share with you 3 clips of Joe giving his updated thoughts on crypto, NFTs, and then his eventual discovery of his own involvement with SBF.
Are you, now with all the bad press with the NFTs, are you happy you never took my advice?
Yes. Not only did I not take your advice, I refused advertisements.
Yeah, that was smart.
Yeah, there was a few of those crypto.
Yeah.
And if I'm like, that's not real.
Yeah.
I'm not getting involved in telling people to put their money into something that I don't
It's
believe
tough.
in.
It was a gamble, you know, and, you know, a lot of people lost, and that's, you know, now a lot of people are getting held to the account, right? There's a lot of people, Logan Paul, a lot of these guys, people are upset at people.
Tom Brady, a lot of those people are they're getting sued in a class action lawsuit.
A lot of people are angry.
Yeah, Paul. You know, like, how about those Matt Damon commercials where he's comparing it to, like, Magellan and fuck people that landed on the moon?
Yeah.
Be brave.
Yeah.
Be brave with your fucking entire life savings.
Kim Kardashian got involved, you know?
Well.
Yes, Tim Dillon has a great podcast. And here at Altcoin Daily, we've interviewed many notable people over this last year about their thoughts on Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, the future of this industry, as well as daily videos on the crypto news, keeping you informed. And that's why I liked Tim's line of questioning, where they start to make fun of, they are comedians, they start to make fun of FTX, the people involved.
But that is what you would do if you were an intelligence agency and you wanted to entrap a nerd. You would bring a hot spy.
Of course.
And they have hot spies.
Of course.
I've seen James Bond.
Yeah, of course they're bringing in a hot spy.
That's what they do.
That's how you know FTX was uncompromised. There were no hot spies.
That's true. That's a good
was
point.
Uncompromised. The CIA was like, I can't believe it. They actually want to fuck each other.
That's
like,
you can't crack them. They have 10 people to choose from. They're all on an island. Guys and girls just banging each other.
Yeah.
And when you're on that amount of amphetamines and what else they're on, who knows? They're probably enjoying every second of it.
Yeah, the Indian guy's attractive in FTX. I will say that. Everyone else is gross. I don't want to put him in with the rest.
Who?
It was an Indian guy who was attractive, but everybody else was it was rough.
He's probably the king.
It was rough. Everybody else was rough. Well, Fried was the king because he was the brains,
the mastermind.
He was the mastermind.
Now, as we'll go on to hear, Tim, prominent leader in the gay community, they're making fun of the looks of the FTX team. Tim does say that there's one good-looking guy, as opposed to the rest, who all look kind of geeky. It's at that moment that Joe defends the looks of this gentleman, SBF's mentor, and after that, things begin to unravel.
It's all about Stanford.
So these are all the folks?
Yeah.
One guy's good looking.
He's the guy. That's
the guy with the glasses to the right of him is not bad looking.
You know what?
Take off those glasses.
But that's the best picture he took. And if you saw him in real life, you'd go, oh. No.
Come on.
I think the Indian guy holds up.
No. That guy with the blue V-neck, he could go to the gym, get jacked, shave his head.
He's got, I can tell you.
He's got good features.
Bad skin. I'll just tell you.
No.
I'm telling you, if you saw him in real life, you'd have horrible skin.
Really?
Be very oily.
How do you know?
I just feel it.
Oh, you just guess.
I'm just feeling it.
You're being mean.
I'm not being mean. First of all, they stole everyone's money.
Well,
Can we not make fun of them?
Is he in trouble as well? Because it seems like only Sam Bankman-Fried is in jail.
Yeah,
which
because
is pretty wild.
Other people flipped. They became rats.
Well, Caroline did, right?
Caroline flipped because there's no honor anymore.
Who put those photos up? There's one other gentleman flipped
Gary
too,
Wang
right?
flipped. Those are the names.
Okay, so here's the inner circle.
Okay, keep going down. We know her.
She's wild. Like,
she's a what? She's a
listening
fun,
to
wild
her talking. There's Sam
this guy.
Yeah, he's not. No, there's Gary Wang. He's in trouble. There's William MacAskill.
Okay,
wait a minute. William MacAskill.
Mentor.
He was
mentor of Sam Bankman-Fried. Wait, scroll back down again. What does it say? Philosophy professor at Oxford, chief architect of effective altruism. Didn't we have him on the podcast?
Did you have him on the podcast? Are you involved in this?
Hold on a second.
The feds break in right now.
I think we had someone on the podcast.
Oh, wow. That's him.
That was talking about effective altruism. Yeah. He was a very nice guy. And I think there was a request to have him back on recently before the the fan. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, handsome fella.
Yeah, he isn't bad.
No, he's very nice guy.
Well,
and he was talking about effective altruism.
He's a sweetheart.
Let's hear him talk. Hear him talk a little bit.
So let's finish by listening to the episode from back in the day of Sam Bankman-Fried's mentor on the Joe Rogan Experience. Here is William MacAskill talking about living in a simulation, effective altruism, and the future, how he sees it. And then at the very end, Joe Rogan reacting to this clip, now post FTX collapse.
So for the one real universe where history kind of unfolds, there's also, let's call it, 10,000 simulations of that universe. And if that's true, then it's the case that, well, given that I'm just, these things really are indiscernible for the people who are inside them, it's overwhelmingly likely, just in the base rate, that I'm going to be in a simulation rather than in the real world. But
what's interesting is Sam.
I'm sure I'm going to give a dumb answer, so let's get out of there right now.
Sam Bankman-Fried heard that and went, "Great, we're going to do it, and we don't care if the experiences are real."
Well, I would imagine that Will MacAskill was involved with them because they were donating a lot of money to altruistic causes, and that's probably what his position in that was. His whole thing was about giving. Yeah. He gave away most of his income.
Okay. Give me your thoughts down below, checking the comments now to see what you think. To me, it's interesting that either SBF or somebody from the effective altruism team was trying to get that gentleman, SBF's mentor, back on Joe's podcast very recently. Just FTX happened to collapse in the meantime, so that was nixed. And also, I do want to say that while I did pull 3 to 4 minutes from Tim Dillon's podcast, so much more great content where they don't just talk about crypto. 2 comedians being funny. I'm a huge fan of Tim Dillon, and I would love to get him on our show to just talk about crypto. Tim, if anybody shows you this video, we did do Rick Ingram, your friend, your fellow comedian's podcast last year. We'd love to get you on ours.
At its most simple thing, what is Bitcoin? What is the blockchain? It is just
I don't know what a blockchain means. That's the other thing.
It's just a digital ledger. So if we were exchanging money for a period of time, it would all be written down in a ledger in a book. And it's just a digital ledger, and it's because it's decentralized and everybody has access to the same ledger. If I try to change it and say I have more money than what I really have, because you guys all have copies of the ledger, you guys would immediately be able to call my BS, and it would not accept that transaction of money that I don't have.